So all students will be in attendance for tutoring on Monday the 10th to take the pretest. On Tuesday the 11th, also all students will be in attendance. And what we're going to do on Tuesday the 11th is fill out the data sheet and calendar based off this pretest. So I have already gone in and filled out a sample student. For example, this says questions I need to master from a pretest. Question 1, questions I need to master from a pretest. 7, 8, 9, questions I need to master from a pretest. Questions 11, 13. So this will be the very first week of tutoring for this particular students. Notice that right here it says questions that are going to be taught by the teachers per day. So we will teach questions 1, 2, 3, 4 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we'll teach 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. On Thursday, we'll teach 10, 11, 13th, and 14th. So don't worry that they're not in order. Really, the most important thing is after we take this pretest and your student writes down the questions that they got wrong. So these questions I need to master from the pretest are the questions that the student needs to get wrong. So on Monday, everybody comes. On Tuesday, everybody comes. Even if you may not need questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, you still have to be there because we won't have time on Monday to fill out the calendar. After Tuesday, your student is coming based on what they need. So for example, in this example, this student right here on Wednesday has to come because they need to answer or be able to master 7, 8, and 9. On Thursday, they have to come because they got 11 and 13 wrong. On Monday the 17th, they do not have to come. So I will go ahead and just maybe put this in. I'll block it out like that. They do have to come here because they got some questions wrong. They don't have to come on the 19th, so maybe I'll just block it out. So maybe your student will just put an X on that date. They don't need to come on the 20th. They didn't get any of those questions wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and block that out. They don't need to come on the 24th. They didn't get 30, 31, or 32 wrong, so I'm going to block that out. They do need to come on this day because you can see they got 33, 34, 35 wrong, so they do need to come on Tuesday the 25th. They do not need to come on the 26th because they didn't get any of those wrong. They don't need to come on Thursday the 27th because they didn't get any of those wrong. On May 1st, they didn't get any of those wrong either, so they don't need to come. On Tuesday, May 2nd, they got some wrong, so they do need to be there. On Wednesday, May 3rd, they got some wrong, so they do need to be there. So essentially, Monday through Thursday, after Tuesday the 11th, will be based on whether your student got the question wrong. Okay, so let's assume, looking at this child, so all students come on Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, this child needs to be here. So they come to class and we're going to do some independent practice, some group work. We're teaching questions 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. They don't need all of those questions. They only need 7, 8, and 9, but they will take a quiz on all of them because we do need to ensure that they're still mastering the questions that previously mastered. So at the end of class, when we finish teaching, we're going to give them however many minutes we determine they will need to complete these questions. And let's say that this child still got questions 8 and 9 wrong. So your child will be filling this every time they come into class based on what happens in class. If your child still got question 8 and 9 wrong, 8 and 9, that means they got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. Which, if they got these two wrong, 4 out of 6 multiplied by 100 would give them a 67%. Now, if they make a 67% on the quiz on Wednesday the 12th, you can see here it says quiz score is less than 70. They have a Saturday time to come. Now, on that Saturday, they only need to come on when we're teaching these questions again. So I'm going to go ahead and this is what your child is going to fill out and go see what time on Saturday this child needs to come. So I'm looking for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. So going to that Saturday, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 is right here at 9:20 to 10:40. So this child is going to come from 9:20 to 10:40 in order to try and remaster to pass this quiz. So you'll notice that we'll put in a time right here at 9:20 to 10:40. Now, please, parents, keep in mind that it does start exactly at 9:20, so you're not dropping your child off at 9:20, that you need to drop them before that. So dropping them off at 9:10, for example, so that they're there for the instructions to make sure that they master this 8 and 9. So they're going to come on Saturday because they need to master 8 and 9. And we're going to keep that open here at 9:20. Moving on to Thursday the 13th. So right now we have them also coming in at 9:20, but they're fine with questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say they didn't get anything wrong here, so they do not need to come at 8 o'clock. So I'll go ahead and block that out like I do with the days that don't need to come. So 9:20 they do need to come. On Thursday the 13th, they're coming because they got questions 11 and 13 wrong. When they took this quiz, they didn't have any wrong, so maybe they'll have an NA here, and so that means they had 100% on their quiz, so they understand how to do this work. So that means that they do not need to be there on Saturday from 10:40 to 12 p.m. And I'm sorry, I need to change that. So they don't need to be there at p.m. Because they got 10, 11, 13, and 14. So I'm going to go ahead and black that out as well. Black that out because the only time they need to come is 9:20 and 10:40. Now we do understand that maybe it's not enough time. They're more than welcome to stay the whole time, but we do need to know what your plans are. But they definitely need to be there at 9:20. So this kid comes on Saturday. He's retaught, or he or she is retaught 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. How many more questions did you get right? Let's say they got they only had these 2 wrong, so let's say they made 1 more right, which is definitely the improvement that we are looking for. So every time your student comes home, you want to keep looking at their calendar because we want to manage and make sure that the tutoring session is beneficial for your child. If the tutoring session is not beneficial for your child, we do need to at least have some sort of communication to kind of figure out, well, what do we need to do in order to make this as beneficial as we're hoping it's going to be. All right, so then they're not coming on Monday the 17th. On Tuesday the 18th, they're coming. We're teaching 20, 26, 27, 28, 29. Your student had 20 and 26 and 27 wrong. They, at the end of class, after we reteach this, they only have question 20 wrong, which would mean they got 1 out of 5 wrong, which means they got 4 out of 5 correct, which is an 80% on their quiz. So does the student need to come on Saturday? Absolutely not. Now, if you want the option, just depending on how much space we have available, because Saturday is going to be limited. If you want the option for them to still come and try to master this question 20, you're of course more than welcome. That will be Tuesday's questions will be 20, 26, 27, 28, and 29. That is taught right here, and this is just a typo right here. I meant to put 20, 26. So Monday will be the first slot, Tuesday the second, Wednesday the third slot, Thursday the fourth slot. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you didn't pass Monday, you're coming 8 to 9. Didn't pass Tuesday, you're coming 9 to 10. Didn't pass Wednesday, you're coming 10 to 11. Didn't pass Thursday, you're coming 11 through 12. And the idea is to just hit as many questions as many times as your student particularly needs in order for them to get that 80% proficient score on the EOC. I hope this kind of helps understand the calendar, and of course your student will be able to explain it to you. Just kind of want to give you a heads up just so that you're aware of what it looks like. Thank you so much with signing your student up, and we look forward to really working with your student and getting this 80 proficient score.